The talent wars employers are facing today are costing a fortune. When open position and time to fill rates are high, teams remain perpetually understaffed. Understaffing has 5 costs. 1, sales realization opportunities are lost, and overpromised purchasers are ultimately disappointed due to unfulfilled orders for services and products. 2, current staff members become overcommitted as they seek to complete additional work for those positions which remain unfilled. But overcommitment syndrome leads to mistakes, delays, relationship friction, diminished morale, and burnout. And combined, these factors ultimately contribute to increased turnover. The third cost is overtime costs increase. Fourth, perpetual understaffing workarounds become entrenched as bad habits, leading the team further and further away from best practices. And 5, new hires don't get enough attention in the onboarding and up-to-speed training process. Now remember, not all turnover is bad. With some employees, you should worry not that they might leave, but that they might stay. Right? Those are the stubborn low performers who don't want to do more work better, faster. They don't want to display a better attitude. And there are 4 reasons to push out these stubborn low performers. First, low performers get paid, so they're a waste of money. They consume valuable funds that could be used to differentially reward high performers instead. Second, low performers cause problems that high performers have to fix. The pace of work is ultimately slowed down, and the team's collective potential is stifled. Third, low performers send a message to others on the team that, hey, low performance might be an option around here. Mediocrity abounds when there's no one setting the bar higher. And the fourth reason is the one you should be paying the most attention to in terms of competition for talent. The data is overwhelming that high performers and people who want to be high performers hate working with low performers. Often they become frustrated when managers tolerate low performers. And the message is demoralizing to those who are trying to be high performers and do their best work. Building and supporting a culture, processes, and competencies to identify and remove stubborn low performers is the first key to regaining control over turnover. Even if you personally don't have the authority or influence to help make that happen in your entire organization, you need to make that happen within your span of control. Make your team one that does not tolerate stubborn low performers. On that foundation, you can be confident that anybody who's good enough to be on your team should be treated as a retention priority. Get rid of the low performers. That's the number one thing you can do to start winning the talent wars. See, when people leave, when good employees leave, there are 5 primary costs. Number 1, replacement costs. When you lose an employee, you incur the costs of recruiting, onboarding, and up-to-speed training for a replacement. 2, you lose return on investment, ROI, on the talent development. You'll lose, often to a competitor, the recruiting, onboarding, and up-to-speed training investment you make in that employee who's now departing. 3, there's a disruption in workflow and relationships. There's usually an increased work burden on remaining employees. When a good employee leaves suddenly or not on good terms, the disruptions are even greater. 4th, diminished morale and copycat departures. When good employees leave, sometimes this triggers other unplanned departures. The instability caused by turnover also decreases team morale. And 5, there's a loss of bench strength. The greater your turnover among good employees, the less robust your bench strength of homegrown talent for other positions will be for other positions throughout the organization.